Hello, fellas and fellery, smiling Sam Melvey of the Karate Combat History and UFC History. Current Karate Combat Champion. And my next fight is March 23rd, so I hope you tune in and watch it. UFC 299. It was fantastic. I thought it was better than UFC 300, or I thought it's going to be. I was more excited for it. There were a couple fights on there that I was really looking forward to. And, of course, I predicted every fight correct. Didn't get one of them wrong. Yeah, man. Anyways, I loved it. But the fight that I want to talk about right now is MVP versus Kevin Holland. I did pick Holland to win. I thought he would be able to get to the ground, and Holland's grappling it's a really tricky grappling to get a read on. I thought he was going to get a finish. I was wrong. It was a good fight. It was a close fight. MVP walked away with his hand getting raised. Again, great fight. But now what do we do with MVP next? I've never been a fan of MVP. I think he's been fighting. Cans is the wrong word. I know that's what a lot of people say. I don't think he's been fighting cans. He's just been fighting everyone Bellator gave him. Power to him. He made a lot of money fighting people he was supposed to beat. That's the way to put it. He fought a lot of people he was supposed to beat. Kevin Holland, he was supposed to beat. I wasn't sure he was going to do it. Power to him for doing it. But now, he's in the UFC rankings. He's number 13. What do we do with him next? The obvious fight that everyone is going to want to see because of the styles, we want to see Leon Edwards versus MVP. How do we get him there? Well, the fight MVP says he does not want is one of my favorite fighters of all time, Wonderboy Thompson. Love him. He is so entertaining. I tune into every fight. He's just good. He's got the takedown defense, and he's got some of the flashiest, fastest fighting out there. Now, if you have a style like Wonderboy, you tend to slow down, and you can't afford it to slow down. Those flashy kickboxers, in, out, attack, get out. As soon as you lose a beat, you stop being as effective. Wonderboy is 40 years old. He's still better than I've ever been. He's an incredible stud, nothing but respect, but he is slowing down ever so slightly. MVP is 37. He's just a little younger. Again, in prime Wonderboy versus prime MVP, I take Wonderboy all day. Right now, if they were to fight, I think it would be a lot of fun to watch. I really do want to see that fight. I am a nerd for styles like that. If you ever watch point fighting, which is what both of these guys got their start at a long time ago, but it did happen. They were both very experienced kickboxers, very experienced in full contact kickboxing, point sparring kickboxing, taekwondo. They've done it all. I don't know if Wonderboy's done taekwondo, but anyways, they've done a lot of competitions prior to their MMA debuts. Now, MVP is 22-2. He lost to Douglas Lima, and he lost to Goti Yamachi. Close fight. It was good. Douglas Lima knocked him out. And it was a fight MVP was not supposed to win anymore. Yamauchi, I've got it written here because I don't know how to say it. Goti Yamauchi. Split decision win. It was a close fight. Whatever. Wonderboy, though, has fought nothing but killers his entire career. He made it to the top. He had a no contest or a split draw with Woodley, and I thought he beat Woodley, but in the rematch, he lost. In his last fights, Wonderboy fought Shevkat, who will be champion, Holland, Balil, who may or may not be champion, Burns, Geoff Neal, Vincent Luque. He beat Geoff Neal and Luque. Lost to Pettis, but he was winning. Pettis had that, a Superman punch off the cage. It was pretty impressive how Pettis won. And then Darren Till. Darren Till beating him surprises me. I wouldn't have picked Till to win that, but there you go. On the other side of the card, MVP has fought a lot of guys nobody's ever heard of. Now he's fought Holland. He's fought Goti Yamauchi in Bellator. I've never heard of him. Maybe he's great. I just don't know. Lost to Mike Perry. Mike Perry went, I guess they both kind of went up. It's not a fight MVP should have lost. Bare knuckle boxing, it is what it is. Mike Perry, he's got that dog in him. He lost to Starley, again, in, I think it was a grappling match. Beat Lima, beat Derek Anderson, beat Ross Hudson. I don't know who Derek Anderson is. I don't know who Ross Hudson is. He lost to Lima the first time, beat him the second time in a split decision. I disagreed with the decision, but what are you going to do? He has not fought the level of talent that Wonderboy has. And I would like to see the matchup. I really would. Especially if you're trying to get MVP to the title contention, they have to skyrocket him in there. They have to pick fights that he can win. Maybe he can beat Wonderboy. I don't think he's as fast. I don't think he's as technical as Wonderboy is. It's a fight I would like to see. MVP has said he does not want to fight Wonderboy because it would be boring. His words, not mine. I take that to mean he doesn't want to fight him because he thinks he's going to lose. If you are going to climb the rankings, and again, Wonderboy is number 9, and MVP is number 13 now. If you're going to climb the rankings, you've got to, especially if you're going to do it fast, you've got to make jumps. You got to win fights to make it happen. It's hard to go from 13 to number 9. But the fight might happen. I would look forward to it. It's hard to go 13 to number 5. Number 5 right now is Jack Madalena, which is the guy I think MVP could win. Not that he would, but he could. Jack's got that power. And him coming off that big win against Burdens this last weekend, after losing a lot of it. But it'd be a stand-up war. MVP could win it. I don't, you know what? I would predict he wins that one. I think he'd be able to keep the distance. I think he'd be able to move in and out. He'd be able to outpoint him. It wouldn't be a finish, but I think he could do it. I'll have to watch more of both of them before I make my official prediction, but that is a fight to make. MVP could jump to number 5. But if you pick the rest of the division apart, I think MVP loses to Burns. I think MVP loses to Gary. I think MVP loses to Brady. I do think he loses to Thompson, although that is the fight I would like to see. He gets destroyed by Shavkat. Balil walks through him. Colby Covington does what he wants to him. Colby would be a real tough fight because he's got such clean boxing, and then he mixes the wrestling. It'd be a terrible matchup for MVP. And then you have Usman. Usman is a fight MVP could win. And I feel weird saying that because Usman is one of the greatest that's ever been. His roster of wins and who he's beaten and how he's beaten them is incredible. And to think that someone I don't think is that good could beat him just goes to show you that styles make matchups. MVP versus Usman could be a fight that MVP wins. So that's my way to get MVP to the title shot against Leon Edwards, who I think he loses to. But get him to the title shot as fast as possible without losing a fight. If you lose the fight, never going to happen. He has to win everything. If you get him up to Jack Madalena, which won't happen because Jack just took that number 5 spot. But let's say it happens. You get Jack, MVP might win. From Jack, you can jump to Usman, MVP might win. And then you go to Leon Edwards, MVP might win. That's how you get it. That's how you get that matchup. But again, it's hard to jump from number 13 to number 5. You would have to go somewhere else. Wonderboy Thompson, number 9, is that guy who he might be able to beat. It's a fight I would love to see. I think it would be so much fun watching two guys near their prime, similar styles, similar backgrounds going at it. I do think Wonderboy is the faster fighter. I think he's a cleaner striker. I think he has had far more competition. I think him fighting MVP would be a step down for him as to who he's been. I mean, shoot, his last fight was against Shavkat. Shavkat has, 19 wins and all of them by finish? That's crazy. 19 wins is tough to get. 19 wins with all finishes, insane. And that was Wonderboy's last fight. Wonderboy, his roster of fights that he's won and lost is leagues more talented than the roster of fights that MVP has fought and beat. On paper, I think it'd be a terrible fight. In reality, I think it's a fight MVP could win. Not that he would, but he could. What do you guys think? Who would you like to see MVP fight? I could definitely see MVP versus Thompson being a really exciting fight, just a technical standing match. It wouldn't go to the ground. It would be a karate-style brawl, and I would pick Thompson to win. I think he's faster. I think he's maybe stronger. I think he's more technical. And again, that wealth of experience. The one thing MVP has going for him, he's a little bit longer, taller, and he's younger by 3 years. So again, tell me who you think would win. I'm excited to see it. If I had to pick how MVP gets to the title in 3 fights, it's going Thompson, Madalena, Usman. I don't think he gets past Thompson, but it's a fight he could win. He gets wrecked by everyone else. Madalena, maybe. Usman, maybe. Tell me in the comments what you think. I thought it was a good fight, him versus Holland. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to rewatch it because it was a fun fight. Not a ton happened, but it's fun watching the two styles, go up against one another and figure themselves out. Thank you for watching, guys. Love you guys. Again, I'm fighting March 23rd. It'll be free on Karate Combat's YouTube page. Tune in, watch. I'll be listening for you. I'm going to Cancun. I'm going to get my tan, and I'm going to get my smiley face in the back of my head. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'm looking forward to fighting for you.